Agility is one of the few skills that passively benefits you at all times, as every 7 levels increases the speed at which your run energy regenerates by 5 to 10%. You recover energy 2 times faster at level 50 and 3 times faster at level 99. It also opens up many useful shortcuts, and it is currently the most profitable skill in-game. Many people dislike the skill for how click-intensive it is, but Sepulchre has really changed this for me and made me really enjoy the skill. The main training method for agility is rooftop courses. These have a small chance to spawn a Mark of Grace, which can be picked up. If you collect 260 of these, you can trade these in for the Graceful outfit. The Graceful outfit increases your run energy restoration by 30% for the full set. A more recent update made it so individual pieces do provide run energy restoration without the full set, but the set gives an extra 10% run restoration bonus. The most efficient order to buy these in for the most run energy restoration is gloves, then hood, then boots, then cape, then top, and then finally the legs. Marks of Grace spawn at 20% of their normal rate if you are 20 levels higher than the requirement for a rooftop, so never stay that long at a single rooftop course. I always try to rush this outfit on new accounts, as it is extremely useful for most skilling methods and questing. It is also worth mentioning, after you've bought the Graceful outfit, you can trade in Marks of Grace, 10 at a time, for amylase packs containing 100 amylase crystals. These are used to make stamina potions, meaning each Mark of Grace is worth roughly 9.7k currently. Personally, I would try and skip the very early levels using quests, as the early levels have extremely low XP rates. Gnome Stronghold agility is only 8k XP an hour as an example. Completing Recruitment Drive, the Tourist Trap, the Depths of Despair, and the Grand Tree will give you 19,700 XP, getting you all the way from level 1 agility to level 33. During agility, you can do some actions in between obstacles for extra XP. You can cast Magic Imbue and or High Alchemy for Magic XP, or Fletch Dart / Bolts. I typically would alch on rooftop courses, as I find rooftops to be just intensive enough I can't watch Netflix or something on the side, but I would end up doing it anyways and ruining my XP rates. Doing these additional methods help force me to focus on only doing agility, instead of losing focus and doing something else on the side, dramatically lowering my XP rate. Alternatively, rooftops are relaxed enough you could do something AFK on an ult as well. From levels 1 to 10, you can only do the Gnome Stronghold course. This course does not provide Marks of Grace, as it is not a rooftop course. This will only take you 14 laps to reach level 10 and move on, about 15 minutes of training in total. From 10 to 20, move on to the Draynor course. This is the first course that can provide Marks of Grace. It is slightly faster than the Gnome course at 9k XP an hour, and will only take you 28 laps to level 20. You can optionally stay here all the way to level 30. In fact, I would recommend doing this, as the Kharid course is only 400 extra XP an hour, and it requires energy restoration through stam pots. Personally, I would probably stick with Draynor until level 30. Getting this much XP would require 102 laps. From 20 to 30, you can optionally do the Kharid course if you want to finish the early levels ASAP. This is marginally faster and requires stamina potions to keep your run energy up. This would require an additional 50 laps to reach level 30 from level 20. Some people do Werewolf Skullball. Don't do Werewolf Skullball. You will regret it and hate your life. Become an alcoholic and start underperforming at your 9-to-5 office job and get fired because Bob desperately wanted your position and made some calls. And then Patricia will take your 2 children with a 75% alimony. So realistically, just skip Skullball. From 30 to 40, you'll move over to the Varrock course. This is a big jump up to 13k XP an hour. This course will drain a small amount of run energy each lap, so you'll need to bring some stamina potions. It'll take you 101 laps to get to level 40. Typically, I next would do levels 40 to 60 at Canifis. This is a very good course for Marks of Grace, and has fairly good XP with up to 20k XP an hour without failing. You can optionally do the Wilderness course from levels 52 to 60 for quite a bit more XP, upwards of 35k XP an hour, but you don't get those Marks of Grace there, so I typically just rush for the outfit staying at Canifis. If you don't mind getting the outfit a bit later, I would definitely go to the Wilderness course. If you were doing Canifis from 40 to 60, it will take you a whopping 986 laps. Regardless of what you did, here we move on to the Seers Agility course from level 60 to 72 or 75. And I would try to hold your agility training until you have done the Kandaren Hard Diary, as this unlocks the ability to change your Camelot teleport to right next to the start of the Seers Agility course. dramatically speeding up your XP rates. If you don't have the Graceful outfit yet, I would do agility up until you have that, then hold off on your training until you have the diary done. The diary boosts your XP rates here from 45k an hour to 55k an hour, as well as some magic experience. If you do this course to 75, you will have completed 1,644 laps, or 1,098 to level 72. Level 72 is when it becomes efficient to start doing Hallowed Sepulchre, unlocking the 3rd floor. This is quite a bit more intensive and requires some skill to get the best XP rates, but is by far the most efficient option up until level 99. If you are not looting coffins, this is the best XP in the game. At 72, this equates to about 65k XP an hour, but you lose the money you would have received from Marks of Grace. Looting coffins will net you significantly more GP an hour than other methods, but will be a bit less XP an hour than the Elf Agility course. I would suggest looting only floor 3 for now, as floor 2 has pretty poor loot and will reduce your XP rates quite a bit. Sepulchre is great practice for general movement, which can be helpful at places like Raids and Inferno. It also rewards you with Hallowed Marks, which can be used to purchase the Dark Graceful outfit and the Dark Scroll recolor. I had a ton of fun doing it from 92 to 99 agility, and I would recommend giving it a try, as it is genuinely one of the most fun training methods for any skill in-game in my opinion. It practically turns agility into a boss. At level 75, you unlock the Elf Agility course. This is one of the most relaxed courses in the entire game, providing a sizable starting XP rate of 53k XP an hour, increasing up to 66k XP an hour from 90 on, where you stop failing. This course does not provide Marks of Grace, but has a 1 out of 3 chance to provide a Crystal Shard when using a portal shortcut. These randomly appear throughout the course. You receive an average of 15 Crystal Shards an hour, which, if used for super combats, provide a profit of about only 180k GP an hour. This is quite a bit less than rooftop courses, but is a bit higher XP than any rooftop course, and much more relaxed. If I was skipping Sepulchre, I would do this course from 75 to 92. Personally, I would always do Sepulchre on any account from 72 all the way to 99, but that's just me. If doing this from 75 to 92, you will complete about 4,000 laps. At level 82, you unlock the 4th floor of Sepulchre. This floor not only boosts your XP rate up to 70k XP an hour, or 65k an hour if looting coffins, looting floor 4 tremendously boosts your GP an hour you're going to be making. The coffins on floor 4 lose the terrible low-quality drops completely, like monk robes and air runes, and have a much higher chance of rolling the high loot drops, like rune bolts, which can be up to 150k GP, and blood runes, which again can be up to 100k GP. Accessing this floor will just about double the GP an hour of Sepulchre for you, receiving from 700k to 1 mil GP an hour, depending on luck if looting floors 3 and 4. If you find Sepulchre too difficult, you can optionally stick with the Prifddinas course until level 90 or 99 for much less money and a bit less XP. At level 90, you gain access to the Ardougne rooftop course. This course, like the Elf City course, is very low intensity. Completing the Elite Ardougne Diary will provide a 25% increase in the amount of marks you receive from this course, making it the best course for Marks of Grace in-game. This also has the benefit of the Marks of Grace only spawning on a single tile, unlike the other rooftop courses. Marks of Grace do not disappear for 10 minutes, and this timer is reset each time you receive a Mark of Grace drop. When I did the course, I would leave the marks on the ground until they hit a stack of 10, and then pick them up, just in case I disconnected, as this despawns all of the Marks of Grace on the ground instantly. You can hit a maximum of 62k XP an hour on this course, providing a bit less XP than the Prif course, but more GP an hour, at about 220k GP an hour. Now, whether this beats the Elf course for you is going to be pretty subjective, but I would only do either of those courses to 92, as Sepulchre is insanely good at that point. If you do either the Artie or Elf course from 92 to 99, you will lose that 200 mil you would have gained from Sepulchre, getting close to only 30 mil from the Ardougne course, or closer to even 24 mil with the Prif course, as well as it taking around an extra 25 hours to reach level 99. At level 92, you unlock the final floor of the Sepulchre, the 5th floor, making this by far the best method for agility in-game. The amount of GP and XP you can get is only limited by how fast you can churn out floor completions. If you are very, very fast, it is possible to get 80 to 85k XP an hour looting both floor 4 and 5. If you skip all but the final Grand Coffin, going for the absolute fastest possible floor completions, you can actually receive as much as 90 to 95k XP an hour, depending on your RNG. Because you can now loot the final coffin for a chance at the Ring of Endurance, a cool 60 mil currently. Yes, it has retained its value all of this time. With a 1 out of 200 chance for the ring, you will receive about 150 mil on average from ring drops alone from levels 92 to 99. About 2.5 rings. I looted the Grand Coffin 485 times by 99, and I failed about 20 runs while learning, so I couldn't loot it every single time. The Coffin loots from floor 4 and 5 also adds over 1 mil GP an hour, making the average GP an hour Sepulchre, if you are very fast currently, a ridiculous 3.5 mil GP an hour. Yes, this is even better than Vorkath, as there's very little supply cost. Now yes, of course, this isn't consistent money like Vorkath, as it takes an average of 25 hours per ring on average. But the fact a skilling method can hit GP rates like this is absolutely unheard of. Blood runecrafting, which has been the GP juggernaut since it came out, will net you roughly the same GP from levels 77 to 99 as Sepulchre from levels 92 to 99, even with the ridiculously high value of blood runes right now. Bloods are actually a bit less than 200 mil GP to 99, Sepulchre is a bit more than that on average. Now don't take this as a cry for a nerf. Seriously, please don't nerf at Jagex, as I really don't consider Sepulchre to be overpowered, as it is one of the most difficult skilling methods in game currently. I think Jagex has balanced it to a reasonable spot currently, especially considering most of the value comes from ring drops. It takes a lot of practice to get fast enough to hit these rates, but is not as intensive as you might think. The only part that really takes practice and very intense focus is the very last bit of floor 5. The GP is good enough I fully intend on eventually going for the agility pet at Sepulchre post 99, as it's the best pet chance before the Penguin course, and the course churns out GP. Jagex has honestly smashed it out of the park with this agility course, and going for records and racing past people is genuinely some of the most fun I've had with this game in a long time. And that's it for the video. Leave a like if you liked it, you guys, or subscribe. Thanks, guys.